Let's check how we work with the surfaces to get the desired result in solids. I will be explaining some of the surface creation, some of the surface modification features, along with the conversion features from surface to solid. So we'll start with creating the sketch. Say I will create one sketch just like I did before, like this. I will make it fully constrained. I will apply geometrical as well as dimensional constraints which are required to make this one as fully constrained. I'll exit the sketcher environment and I will apply extrude. Along with the extrude we have some more features available. See this extrude, it works similar to pad as we discussed. This is your revolve. This works similar to your shaft from the part design. Then we have sphere, we can directly create it. We have cylinder, we can directly create it. Firstly I have created one sketch in this geometrical set. I will apply extrude. I'll select this and whatever the limits I have to define, I'll define this and I'll say OK. This is what result I am getting over here. I don't want to use the sketches, so I will just hide this. Then I will use say cylinder. Yes, point from where you want the cylinder to be created. Say I want it to be created from this point. Direction, I want to create or expand the cylinder in this direction, and this is how the cylinder will be generated, like this. So see this case, what I have is I have two different surfaces available, and these two surfaces are actually intersecting with each other and perfectly they are crossing each other. Now whenever we work with the surfaces, our main aim is to create the shape, but whatever shape we want to create, it should be a single surface only. Until unless we have that single surface, it will be difficult for us to convert this into 3D. Not in 3D, I will say convert into solid. So for that, whenever we have two or more than two surfaces, what we do, we try to make those surfaces one and then continue. So what I want to do is I want to make these two surfaces as a single surface, definitely by trimming some of the element, by eliminating some of the extra elements which I have. For the same, what I will do is I will use two features. Whenever you want to modify any of the surface, then you will have to use these two features. First feature is split and another feature is trim. I'll show you the trim feature first. I'll select trim. Yes, it is asking me for the trimmed element. What are the elements, what are the surfaces I want to trim? So I will select 1 and I will select 2. I have selected the two elements. Just check the result. By default it is giving me what it has done. It has removed the internal face over here. It has removed the internal face of cylinder as well, and other parts are actually other portions are actually joined. If I'll say OK to this, it will be acting as a single surface for me and internal portion is being removed. If I want to modify, I'll double click on trim. I can have the different results. See this other side. So what I am getting is this side and this is hollow. Say OK. See over here, this is what result I am getting. Another case can be I can modify this case. I can get a result like this, a closed surface over here. Again I will go for trim. See this particular case I can get this. In this case I will have multiple results because there are two separate loops available. So like this we have different scenario, different results that we can get. This is a single surface now for me. Then I can apply fillets. We have the similar types for fillets, similar types for chamfer. We have transformation, which we had seen in the part design. We had relimitation or transformation features. Also we have patterns available. Say I'll go for fillet. I'll select the edge, sorry, I'll need to go for edge fillet. Okay, this is shape, this is the edge. Yes, the similar window we have for the edge fillet. So this is the result. Now I know that this complete surface is a closed loop thing. There is no such opening over here, and if this particular shape was my requirement in the solids, then what I need to do is I directly need to convert this into solid. Though this is a closed loop, I can convert this into solid. In that case, what I will need to do is, first I will switch to the part design environment. Once I have the surface ready, I will switch to part design environment. In the part design environment, we have one toolbar available, surfaces toolbar. In that sub toolbar, surface based features. These two features will help me, thick surface and closed surface. This is a closed surface available. I want this closed surface to be converted into solid. I will define in work object to part body, and I will apply the feature closed surface, select the surface, and I'll say OK. Now you can hide geometrical set. This is what your result is. This is what we wanted in the solid. What we had done, we had taken the help of surface modeling strategy or surface modeling approach. In the same manner, I will delete this. If we want the result in a bit different manner, say instead of having this kind of surface, I have a surface like this. Now this is an open loop surface. On this surface, say I have fillets over here. Now say this is my final result. I want this thing to be converted into solid. Then I will go into part design environment. Again, this is a single surface for me. I'll define in work object to part body, and then I will apply this feature thick surface. Select it, select the surface. Remember, whenever you create any feature, any surface, what you follow the outer dimensions of that. When you follow outer dimensions of that, it means whenever you apply thickness on that, it will be inside thickness. So I will reverse the direction, I'll give the thickness required, and I will say OK. I can hide the geometrical set. This is what final result I have. I can continue with my work in the part design environment with this. This is what we do with the surfaces. Similarly, we have seen one feature from the surfaces. I'll go to GSD. We have seen the trim feature. Similarly, we have another feature which is named as split. What split does is, split actually allows us to cut the surface. Say I have a sketch available on the surface like this. What I want is, I want to trim this much portion, I want to cut this much portion. So I will go for split. What to split? Say this is surface. About what? About this. And say OK. This is how I get the result from split. So both the features, trim and split, are important from the modification point of view of surfaces. And whenever you create any surface, these two features will help you in making it one, also trimming and cutting the extra portions. This was all about the introduction to surfaces, how exactly we work with this. There are many features, some of them are similar to what we have seen in the part design, and some features are new in this.